All right, we'll call to order the meeting of the Butler County Commissioners. Would you please rise for a moment of silent prayer, followed by the pledge of allegiance to our flag. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amy, public comment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. There's only one person signed up. I'll have our usual announcement that we ask for the name and the municipality residents will be given 3 minutes to speak. Peggy Abersol.
Good morning, Peggy Abersol, Middlesex Township. Back in May of 2013, the Butler County Commissioners supported the kickoff of the Adaptive Bike Program through Variety Pittsburgh, the children's charity. Variety's goal was to reach 500 bike sponsored by Christmas. Through a tremendous amount of community support, they were able to receive sponsorships for over 500, to be exact, 525 adaptive bikes. As of the December 23rd, 2013 date, Variety has 140 adaptive bikes available for eligible kids with disabilities on a first-come, first-served basis. If you know of a child who might be eligible for one of those adaptive bikes through Variety's My Bike program, please contact Shana McCleary at 412-247-2680. Because of this program, the bikes provide kids with freedom, independence, belonging, and a chance to simply have fun and be a kid. Second, if one of your New Year's resolutions was to keep busy over the winter months and to try something new, Historic Harmony has quilting every Tuesday at 10 a.m. at the Wagner House. Third, also, how would you like to begin the new year by discovering a windfall of either money or property? It's just waiting for you to step forward and claim. In 2013, Butler County had more than $6.7 million in unclaimed property just waiting for its rightful owner. If you're interested to find out if you're one of those windfall recipients, go to patreasury.gov or call 1-800-222-2046 to find your possible big treasure. Thank you.
We have minutes from 3 meetings, December 16, December 18, and December 31st. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Is there any old business, Amy?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Proclamations?
None this morning, sir. Moving on to new business, under the Reformatory's office, Glenn Walters.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I would request permission to purchase a Minolta reader printer that has been refurbished. In my office, we've experienced a lot of Marcellus shell, people copying old court cases, and we've experienced a backup, and this machine would help the flow of the office and get people the copies they need. So I would appreciate your consideration.
I'd make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second. I'd like to say something. Glenn, I thank you for getting a refurbished unit. I appreciate that. You saving the money there for us, the county. I really appreciate you doing that, okay? Thank you.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carries.
Next, under Court Administration, Tom Holman.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Before you, a proposed contract from Denise Relihan for provision of cleaning services at the Saxonburg Ministerial Justice, District Justice Office. This would be the amount of $210 a month for twice weekly cleanings, plus $30 twice a year to clean windows. It's the same contract as last year. It's a 1-year contract, and I would ask for your approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Next, under Facilities and Operations, John Campbell.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Three things. First is permission to bid, purchase, and installation of a generator and electrical service for the 911 tower at Sunview.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The second thing would be getting permission to bid the installation of a gas line for VOA 1 complex. This will be a new line from T.W. Phillips service line to the building.
Is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second? I'll second it. Discussion?
Yeah, discussion. I think this is on there prematurely. The only reason I can think of is they've already decided to sell Sunnyview. My number one thing is, one, not to vote no on this is, we didn't receive a real estate appraisal yet. I mean, John, we are doing this to separate the lines between Sunnyview and 911 Center, or?
Yes, correct. Getting permission to bid is not actually sending it out to bid. It's just a formality that if you do decide to do it, I can get the paperwork ready to send it out, so it will be ready to go if you do it.
Okay, well, thanks for clarifying that. We haven't ever had a real estate appraisal to see what Sunnyview's worth. There is no written realtor's appraisal. You know, I asked for appraisal for that. It's already gone out for bids. We don't have the appraisals. I'm going to vote no to sell Sunnyview. I mean, we're changing the gas lines around way before we ever made the decision that we're going to sell it. For me to vote on spending money when I don't even know what we're doing, and we don't have a sales agreement either. You know, we're just getting meetings. No, there's no sales agreement to sell Sunnyview, so I'm going to vote no on this because I believe it's premature.
Well, as John said, this is not to spend money. This is a motion to give him permission to go out at whatever time we decide to make that final sale. All in favor of the motion, say aye. 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 Opposed?
No.
Motion carries.
Last thing I'd be asking for today is to enter into a contract with Consolidated Communications for multiple accounts for the county of Butler. This would take our 6 smaller accounts, and we would buy 4 minutes, like a 2,000 block, 4,000 block, 4 minutes. It would take our rate from 5 cents a minute down to like 0.038 to 0.039 cents per minute. This would give the county savings on the smaller accounts, a monthly savings of $104.13 per average. And then the large account for this building and the courthouse, it would give us a $155 savings, which would add up to a total of $3,116 per year. This is a 1-year contract, and then after that it goes month to month. If we don't have any use for it again, we can disregard it and go back to our regular rates.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
I'll second it. Can you explain one thing? How many places are we doing this in again? Which are the different? You tell us Monday. I just.
Yeah, there's the Children and Youth account, NH&MR, the Prison, Area on Aging, and Domestic Relations, and then the main account for the Butler County Government Center.
Okay, and the rest of them are just going to stay the same?
Yeah, the rest of the accounts, whenever we looked at them, we did a 1-year analysis on it. There was not that much savings on it. And buying the 4 minutes actually costs more than what they're spending on this.
Yeah, I really appreciate you checking this out, John. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
You did a good job.
I appreciate your always ways to save the county money, and we appreciate that. Those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Good day.
Next, under Parks and Recreation, Gary Pinkerton.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm here this morning to ask for the reappointment of the following members to the Parks and Recreation Commission for terms expiring on December 31st, 2016. Mary Messer from Region 1. Mary is the Parks and Recreation Director from the Super Rock Parks and Recreation Department. Regis Schiebel from Region 5. Regis has served on the Parks and Recreation Board for numerous years. He currently serves as chairman. He has also attended numerous Pennsylvania Recreation Park Society conferences and workshops as his tenure on the board, and currently works on the TIP staff here for Butler County. Virgil Cousins, as a member at large. Virgil is the chairman of the Karn City Borough Council and does a nice job representing the needs of the small municipalities within Butler County.
I'd like to make that motion for that.
Is there a second? I'll second it.
And I'd just like to say this, I'm on the Commissioner's Liaison for that, and I'm very thankful that these people, I've got to know them, and being and I on that, but I really am thankful, and I'm sure Gary is too, about them donating their time and being on this. It's very appreciated by the county, okay? Thanks, Gary.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'm requesting today permission to bid the restroom in Alameda Park. Would be constructed in what we refer to as the new construction area in the upper level. The project is funded by a grant from DCNR, Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, and funds that have been set aside from the landfill closure fund.
I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The third item, Commissioners, is seeking approval of a proposal from Center Engineering for the development of plans for the accessible route and renovation of the tennis court at Butler Community Park. Funding for the project is provided by DCNR grant in the amount of $22,000 and from the County Park and Recreation, Butler County Park Renovation Fund, grant fund. $6,000 from a grant from us to them and $2,000 match from the municipality.
I'd like to make that motion.
I'll second it. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Gary.
Gary.
Next, under Area Agency on Aging, Beth Harold.
Good morning. I have 3 items for your consideration. The first item is a contract amendment with Center for Community Resources. We are requesting the board's approval to amend a contract with this provider for the coordination services for the Aging and Disability Resource Center. The state provided additional funds for this year, and there are no county funds involved, and it's an additional $1,950 to be added to that contract.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
The second item is for a forensic accountant. We are requesting the board's approval to issue a request for proposal for forensic accounting services. This will be a consultant position funded by the PA Department of Aging. No county funds will be involved. This consultant will assist the protective service investigators in investigating on more complex financial exploitation cases of the older adults in Butler County.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And the third item is a home modification RFP. We are requesting the board's approval to issue a request for proposal for home modification services. This will be funded through the PA Department of Aging. No county funds will be involved. The services would include minor to moderate modifications, such as grab bars in the bathroom, ramps into a home, cutout bathroom, tub seats, and additional items that they would need for safety in their homes to enable them to stay there.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
Next, under Planning and Bridge Program, Kevin Gray.
County Commissioner. This morning I'll be asking for your approval for a supplemental agreement, reimbursement agreement for the Edenau Bridge project. This is, the supplemental agreement is just moving money around in the original agreement from engineering to utilities. The utilities came in a little bit higher than what the original, what they originally anticipated, so they're just moving money from one spot to another. There's no increase in the cost or anything like that. It's just moving money around. So I'll ask for your approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And second, I'll be asking for your approval for the bridge department to bid out various items throughout the year, as we always do at the beginning of the year, for stone, beams, whatever we need to, so we don't come to you that approval every time.
I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thanks, Kevin.
First item under Commissioners, we're asking for approval of a lease agreement with the City of Butler Parking Authority for the adult probation office space located in the Tier Garage. The amount is, the lease is $7,000 per month, and the term is from January 1st, 2014 until July 31st, 2015. Ask your approval.
Make the motion. Is there a second? I'll second it. Discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we're asking your approval of a vendor for engineering services for a Phase 1 environmental study at Sunnyview. We did receive 3 quotes. The recommendation we're making to you is to contract with ACA Engineering for the amount of $2,500. We ask for your approval.
Is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second? I will second it. Those in favor say aye.
I'd like to,
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to say this, I'm going to vote no on this for the same reason as the gas line. We have no real estate appraisal, no vote to sell Sunnyview, and no sales agreement, and we're paying for things that, so I'm voting no on this.
This is a prerequisite to having a sales agreement. Nobody's going to sign a sales agreement with us until we have an environmental study done. So it's very necessary to do it. All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Motion carries.
Next item are actions related to the Government Center Annex project. There are several informational items and several for commissioners to consider. And we'd like to, at this moment, turn this over to the gentleman from Stantec and from Thomas & Williamson for a presentation.
Speech at 3%.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, John.
I have, I'm not sure if you guys got this, this is just what's on the board over there.
That's good, but I can't read it from here.
Thank you.
I'll be short and sweet, actually. Michael will be doing the bulk of the presentation. What I handed to you, what we've done from Stantec, we've received what's the design development drawings for the project, and we have performed our estimate of the BD drawings, and that's what's here in front of you and what's up on the board. And the total project cost based on the drawings provided to us, including the soft cost, is $11,516,145, which is under the proposed budget for the project. On the back of this sheet, what you will see is it's the cost analytics. And what we simply do is we break down by divisions of work in general construction, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, based on the square foot analysis of the project. And what's included is the bottom dollar number here. So we can see if we have too much here, they need to do something here, we can look at value engineering, things like that. So currently, with what is drawn, we're going to see from these guys today, you're under budget.
Thank you. Thanks, John. I know you worked hard in there, but you had a good result. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm Mike Preston from Stantec. With me today also I have Tom Demko, Managing Principal of our Butler office. To give you an update on the project, as John said, we are on budget. He did mention that Thomas & Williamson had been working off of our design development documents. It has been more than that. It's been a good working relationship with Thomas & Williamson. And it's not just a position where we send them drawings and they comment. We've been working since that submission to find ways to make this building more efficient, to address the challenges we have on the site. And again, it has been a very good relationship. We appreciate working with them. From the standpoint of the building, previous briefings we've given you have focused a lot on the plans, how we're working with the department heads to make sure we've got efficient and responsive layouts for their needs. And in reality, that has not changed. We spent the time early on, and those results have been good. We do owe a sit down with Joyce and Carmine again. It's one final review, and we'll look through interiors with them. But we don't expect any changes. we've really been focusing on some challenges on the site and then looking at really what does this building look like. From a site standpoint, we've had a couple of challenges and we continue to work with them. One is on the Washington Street side of the site. There's a transformer that serves this building. It's very close to our new construction. And how we deal with that somewhat sets the position of this building. And we're dealing with really only about 3 feet between Washington and Jackson. The other challenge we have on site is the retaining walls that hold up from the old prison construction that hold Jackson up. And how we work with that existing construction to create new construction to allow the parking in front of the building for handicap access. Again, it's been a good working relationship with Thomas and Williamson. We've just gone back and forth on several ways to do that. And we're still looking for the best ways to resolve those issues. Again, it's been a good working relationship, and we appreciate their help. From the standpoint of the site, as you can see, not much really has changed. We still have the parking along Jackson for handicap accessibility. We still have the elevator adjacent to this building, in fact, right outside this room, that would allow access for handicapped individuals up from that parking lot on Jackson to this level and in through the front door, so they go through security. We've got the parking, secured parking in the lowest level of the annex. And the only thing we've really changed, I think, probably from last time is we've expanded an area on Jackson to allow access for the sheriff into an area where they can pull in their paddy wagons and transfer their prisoners into the courthouse. We've kept the loading dock for John Campbell and his staff to be able to work and supply this building and the new annex. And we have created an area down there also for dumpsters. As mundane as it is, unless you've got a place for dumpsters, it's probably going to be living with for a long time. Now that said, I'm going to turn over voting to Tom Demko. Every good building has a story behind it. And Tom has been working with Nate Werner in our office to really create the story behind this building, to make it appropriate for Butler County, to make it something that looks forward. With that said, Tom?
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Tom Demko from Stantec. I just wanted to speak for a moment. Attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to their assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention.
I can't. I think I want to put it in the minutes, the meeting was interrupted due to emergency.
Sure. Reconvened it.
Amy, Michael, I have these on CD. It's all right, Chris.
Of course. Thank you.
There's my 3. That's your 3? Here, I've got a couple.
Tom feels left out. I'll send it to you too.
Will I better be another CD?
Well, that's quite an entrance,
Go ahead.
Tom.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm Tom Demko from Stantec.
You said that once.
Yes, I am. In the cold, you know, it can be difficult. I'd like to talk for just a couple of minutes about the purpose of what we're accomplishing with this project. It's always good to follow the finance portion of the presentation about the building, because we know we've already established that we're on budget. The point of any building project is very simple. We have to accomplish the purpose of the building, which is to house the employees or residents, the occupants of the building. And to do that responsibly, we have to house them by maintaining the budget and producing a design that is that can be operationally efficient and be maintained. That is the goal of what we're accomplishing by moving forward with this project. In addition to maintaining the budget, designing something that's operationally easy to maintain and something that's easy to maintain, every building has a higher purpose, which is that it stands as a symbol of the area that it's constructed in. Not unlike the Eiffel Tower as a symbol of Paris, Butler County now stands at a tipping point in its history where we're benefiting from population growth, from an emerging energy industry. And there's a lot of optimism in Butler County right now. And so because of that growth and the need for additional services, we have this opportunity to build a building that is a symbol of the future of Butler County. And so what we're presenting today is a design that is a symbol of that optimism, that is at the same time easy to maintain and simple to operate. The Government Center Annex building is, as we move forward, a building designed aesthetically out of one material, two materials, brick and glass. What it does is, I like to call it an optimistic little sculptural building. It's aesthetically designed to be forward-looking, a little bit whimsical, but at the same time respectful of the occupants of that building. To be very simple to maintain. It's not made out of materials that will be difficult to work with in the future. They have great durability. Brick has been in existence for 5,000 years. But at the same time, what we've done is use this kind of pattern and the sculptural qualities of working with the glass and the brick to design something very simple, but a little bit whimsical, a little bit optimistic. And so that's the design we're presenting, and that's the design we'd like to move forward with as we move into the next phase. We have to answer any questions. Thank you very much for your time.
I have done, Tom, it looks great. We looked at it before, of course, and whenever in my office a week or two ago. I think you've done a good job.
I'd just like to say this, any votes I take, I really thought they did an excellent job on the exterior. It was conservative values, brick exterior, something that's proven in the test of time, and I just think you did a really nice job on that. I liked your concept on that. So any vote that I take, I just want you to know it's not against your design or anything. I really commend you on. I like to do things traditionally, and you know, like the panels on this building, the company's not here anymore, and it's as if gone under. Well, they went under for a reason. The product wasn't that good, so you're going with a product, and I like it not looking all. It's more, you know, the same color all over, you know, rather than just all fancy. It's traditional. I guess I'm a traditional person, and you have a traditional design, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, under item B, under 3B, we need approval of the design and development. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I will second it. Those in favor?
We're doing these individually,
Yes.
correct?
Those in favor of the design and development of the phase, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Next, we need authorization to proceed to construction documents. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I will second it. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Approval of an addition to scope to the existing contract with Stantec to add the HVAC rooftop replacement project and roof repair as part of the annex construction project. In other words, we need a new roof on this building. We need new HVAC units. They're over 20 years old. So we're going to add that into this project.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? I will second it. Those in favor?
I'd like to discuss
Go
this.
ahead.
I talked to Bill about this at Monday's meeting. I think it's a good practical idea. The last meeting with Stantec, I agree on including this in and have Stantec help us with this. And then the construction supervisor there is going to work on that too. So I think that's a very good idea. I'm going to vote yes on this because Bill said during the Monday's meeting it can be divided. We have a little disagreement on how to fund. No, we don't think we have any disagreement that we need the units and need new roofs, just how to fund it. But he said I could vote yes on this. I thought it was a good idea that came up, so I'm going to vote yes on this, contingent on the fact that we can still discuss the financing on it, okay?
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We need approval of a vendor to provide ground penetrating radar services to ascertain the location of underground utilities in the site for this project.
I'll make the motion.
We have a vendor, or we just, I'm not sure what we're doing here. Are we approving a particular vendor?
Yes, we're asking for approval of a particular vendor.
All right, don't we need to have bids for the vendor?
What we had done, I talked to Mr. English, and we went back and forth on the protocol for the county, and it's similar to we do in all public projects. It's a request for proposal for a professional service. We contacted 4 companies that do this same work. This is the only one that's within like a 40-mile driving radius. And it's, the $1,500 cost was what the 3 others wanted just for travel time back and forth to get here. So their estimates were between $3,000 and $7,000 to do the same amount.
The specific vendor is Ground Penetrating Radar Systems, Inc. It's in an email in your packet.
Okay,
That's the motion.
That was 15.
Yes.
all right, do we have a motion?
I make the motion.
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
I made a mistake there, I apologize. I'm good about that on that.
Okay.
But thank you for checking out the prices. You did a great job.
Okay, the motion carries. Mike, Tom, John, are you done with your presentation?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on then. We need a motion to approve the budgetary transfers. So moved. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
A motion to approve the new hires.
So moved.
Excuse me, gentlemen, you need a vote on that.
I'm sorry. Those in favor of that first motion, or the budgetary transfers say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That cold weather has my, me a little stirred up here, I guess. Those opposed? Okay, the budgetary transfers are approved. The motion to approve the new hires.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve the travel requests.
So moved.
I'll second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve the requisitions.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve the check register.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I correct my vote, please, on one of mine? I made a mistake on the travel request. I want to put a no vote.
Okay.
Do the one request, not all. You know, just
All right,
I
did you change Commissioner Eckstein?
I apologize.
Thank you.
Item 10. All right, reports, Mr. Eckstein.
Okay. My report today is, I'd just like the public to know, I wish Armstrong would have done the salary. Armstrong only tapes a regular meeting. We have salary board meetings that aren't on TV, and I just want to make the public aware of this. And these ones at the first of the year, the end of the year, are really important. Maybe I can lobby to have those put on, because I think it's a great public concern. But anyhow, I'm here to talk about it. The salary board meeting happens, every row officer voted on a separate basis, and the salary board is comprised of the 3 commissioners and a new controller. So I'd like to speak on this today, that I voted to table or postpone any raises for non-union employees until the inequities in employee salaries can be addressed. I lost that vote today at salary board. I'd also want to do any action the board would take pertaining to salary board increase. I stated this, any action the board would take pertaining to salary board study increase can be made retroactive after we do a more thorough review. Apparently the salary study, unbeknownst to me till I got to this meeting, came through yesterday, okay? I lost the vote on that. We didn't, you know, they made these decisions to give everybody a 3% pay increase before we had time to thoroughly do that. And I was willing to do it retroactive. Then the third thing I'd like to have the public know is I asked for a compromise on the motion. I asked for a compromise and not having a 3% increase and having a 1.5% increase instead. And I was declined that too. So I lost on all 3 of my counts today. Now, I am the minority party. My job is to do the best I can, and I didn't make any of these lightly. We had some people think, that said at the meeting that I grandstand and do. These values are very dear to me. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. But people said that if I stand for these issues, like a 1.5% increase for a compromise, or inequities among people, inequities between men and women on pay increases, they say I do it for political gain. Well, I do it because it's my values. It's ingrained in me. It's part of me. I ran my campaign on it, and I got elected on it. And I mean, it's almost ludicrous. If you come up and you're against the, I'm very conservative values, and I think we ought to look out for senior citizens and people, the private sector, and have more parity between the public and private sector, you know, with wages and benefits and pensions. And it's gotten ridiculous, but my counterparts all voted that up. Jack McMillan's vote, it was been undone. We voted on this before to give not give the 3% raise, and it didn't go through with Jack. We voted it through and 3 days later by a very new controller. I wish he wouldn't have done that. And he got my viewpoint. He made his decision. I think it was the wrong decision. I think that we should have let Jack's vote stand. That's what I think. Okay? I'd like to continue here. The salary study was to be finished by the midpoint of 2013, but was not. I believe we owe it to the employees and the taxpayers of Butler County to have fair and equitable increases. We should not, and I will not take part into any carte blanche 3% pay increases every year on an all-inclusive basis. I believe in merit pay. You know, I believe in doing the right thing. We should not do this, and I will not do it. We should not keep kicking this can down the road. Today we kicked it down the road again. Okay? This action in conjunction with no increase to employee health care contributions sets a terrible precedent in regard to upcoming labor negotiations. We set the stage today for the upcoming labor negotiations. You know, just ask for as much as you can get. We set the stage. That's what we did today. I was against that. Okay? Do as I say and not as I do. You're going to want them to take the cost of living, the inflation rate, and we're taking triple or double and triple the inflation rate. It's not for my conservative values. I was even willing to make pay increases retroactive. They wouldn't hear anything about it. They want it right now, you know, and solve these problems with the salary study. I got denied on it. This do as I say, not as I do rings hollow. We must lead. If the Republican majority wants to give willy-nilly across-the-board pay increases every year, and they don't believe in merit pay and pay equity between men and women, that is their prerogative, and they did just that today. That is not what I morally, ethically, and it's not the stand of my constituents who elected me. Nobody agreed with their 3% increase. I can't find a constituent out there. I talked to two last night. One was a Democrat and was running a Republican. Across the board, I haven't had anybody say that to me. This status quo must stop, and I believe the tide is changing. Whether it happens, it didn't happen today, whether it happens in 2 years, I believe change will come. I believe future elections will have people look for more fiscally conservative, fair leadership. Where is the middle-of-the-road leadership in Butler County? I got elected with two, you know, I don't like to use names, but the Republican rhinos. You know, Republicans in the name only. You know, they are not carrying out the values, and this isn't partisan. You know, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I just said it on TV. Let me assure you, this is not a partisan issue. This is a community issue for our retired, for all the people in the community. I don't know where they're coming from, because I'm here to represent my constituents, the people who elected me. And I can't find any people that want, you know, more debt, higher taxes, and not balancing the budget. Our fund balance is going down through it has no bottom, okay? I can't find anybody that expected that from our leadership. And I won't take part in it. I didn't today. I didn't vote in these increases. I didn't vote for a new building. We have to get our house in order, and we have not. Okay? Thank you very much.
He said we set the future for the county. Actually, the future was done 4 years ago when the contract was signed. We had a 4-year contract, of which this is the last year of that contract. Last year, we did take 1% away from the salaried employees, and everyone else did get an additional 1%. for all the employees in the county out of 850 to have 120 or 130 employees not get the 3%, I felt was wrong. And we are going to set the tempo with the next union negotiations, and it'll start with management. And we have said that right along. We've said in January and February we'll work on that, and I give you my word, we will work on that, and we will come up with programs, not only for our salaried employees, but also our union employees. Thank you.
I'll be very brief because we're running out of time. We have another meeting at noon. I don't know where he's coming from, Commissioner Eckstein, in his remarks. We don't discriminate between male and female employees anywhere in the salary schedule in our county. That's just absurd to say something like that. But to say that we're overspending, the budget was formulated by our budget director and the three of us and the row officers and the department heads. We sat there meeting after meeting, went over their budgets, and we approved their individual budgets. We made cuts here and there in their budgets. We didn't give them everything they wanted. We never do. The budget is balanced. There's no tax increase. Our fund balance, yes, it is down from last year, not down a lot. However, there's supposedly going to be some events occur this year that will increase the amount in the fund balance. And that's one of the things that we're counting on. We will always strive to have low taxes. And in fact, there's very few counties in Pennsylvania have lower taxes in Butler County. And the ones that do have lower taxes are within a mill of Butler County's taxes. All our surrounding counties have taxes, some as much as twice as high as ours. So to say that we're not doing our job as Republican county commissioners is just an absurd statement. There's no truth to it. We are watching the budget. We are watching the expenses. We have new job creation like no other county in Pennsylvania. We have unemployment lower than every other county but one in Pennsylvania. How can he say we're not doing our job? Dale and I both work on the Community Development Corporation, which has brought in thousands of jobs. I've been on that board for, I guess, over 20 years now. In that time, we've brought in thousands of new jobs into Butler County. And we will continue to do that because Butler County is an ideal spot for industry because of our highways, but mostly because of the way we treat new business with low taxes and good government. And with that, I'll turn it over to Kayla.
No questions, thank you.
Tom?
I have nothing right now, thank you.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Meeting is adjourned.